it shuts itself off. It shuts itself off when you set it back in the cradle. And then the fan continues to run for a while to protect the heating element from cooling down too fast, which can affect the longevity of it. So it's a pretty smart tool. And just easy to handle. I was so glad when I made the switch. Again, I'm looking for that shininess that shows me that I'm starting to melt the base plastic. And then you just start working the rod in there. The end goes into a little radius. But with the rod shape, it's just easier to control. You can kind of literally push it into the base plastic. Kind of wait for the rod to melt and collapse slightly, and then you just push that almost molten plastic down into there, and it just really grabs on. Sorry, I can't see chat, but TTS really annoys me. I'll get back with you. So again, I'm just trying to kind of move my heat around, focusing on both of the base pieces of plastic more than the rod, and try to actually heat a little bit behind the rod. And it's satisfying, when you see the base plastic push away a little bit, as you're pushing on the end of the welding rod, because that's uh, getting down into that V groove, which is going to make for the strongest bond there. There we go. We got both of our ears on there. Cools down pretty quickly too. That's still a little bit shiny there, but the first part of the weld is cooled down, and it kind of gets a matte look to it. But yeah, I think I can trust that. Same thing as the other side. We'll lop off some of the excess plastic here. Save those pieces for maybe other repairs or something. And then take it down. We'll do this one, give that one a chance to cool just a little bit more. Now, I can think of a lot of stuff that I might glue where, you know, as soon as I hit it with a tool like this, a belt sander, that little piece would just go flying. Because, you know, it can be hard to get a decent bond with a lot of glues. But this is something beyond that. It's actually fusing the plastic together. A little bit of trim with the knife. There's not a lot of room there. You know, my bead or my fillet, whatever you want to call it, does take up a little bit of room on that tab. But like I said, the screws are very, very small. And I think if I can get that, you know, drilled in where I want to, that little screw will go in there. Sticks out of here. Less than 1/4 of an inch. And that should hold my little HDPE fingers there in place. So fish, how did you find my channel? Kind of curious about that. I'm not a huge self-promoter. I did share this project on the Milwaukee Packout groups. One of them, bunch of jackasses had to just kind of shit all over it and find fault with it. So I ended up posting more in the group that had a more positive reception. And I did give somebody my Twitch information, telling them that, you know, I did this stuff live. But I haven't, you know, like tied it to anybody.